Turning now to big news out of Detroit this noon. State lawmakers approved nearly $200 million to help move Detroit out of bankruptcy weeks ago. We talked about this. And just this morning, Governor Snyder made the grand bargain official. Joining me here in studio right now, 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin. And so this is a big move for Detroit.
It's a big move, and it is official, but it's still far from done. And here's why. This is about $200 million, $194.5 million, that could potentially save the state something like $3.5 billion in long-term expenditures. There you see the governor signing off on this earlier today with the mayor and others behind him. It also means that there will be a panel appointed by the state that will keep an eye on Detroit finances for at least a decade and probably longer. This is only going to work if it is accepted by those people most affected. That is, the pensioners who would have to accept this offer, which is less than what they would have gotten if everything was solvent. But the governor says far more than they will get if they don't approve it, because there simply isn't any other money left. So this $200 million, or almost, could save the state something like $3.7 or $3.5 billion if the courts so ruled. But as we say, those creditors have to accept it. And I can tell you that a number of those creditors' representatives, those bigger unions, are saying, yes, you should do this. You should accept this because of that very thing. If you don't take this, it could be even less. Now, there's one other element to that. The court also has to sign off of it. Governor was asked yesterday when he thought that the city could emerge from bankruptcy. That is, of course, completely up to the courts, but he is hopeful it could be yet this year, maybe as early as fall, and that would allow the city to start reinvesting and kind of get jump-started again. But as we were talking before, it's not just the bankruptcy. There is a lot to do in Detroit, and it's going to take a long, long time. But this is one big step if it happens.
Well, I'll tell you, and a lot of people were concerned, too, about pieces of the artwork that had to be sold off at the DIA. And if you've ever been down there, beautiful building, an incredible collection of artwork. Does this do anything to secure that?
Potentially. If this deal is accepted and that $3.7 or $3.5 billion judgment isn't made against the state/city, because the state would actually be backfilling for the city, then it's likely that that art is not in as much danger. But until this bankruptcy is over, we don't know exactly which creditors are going to agree, which won't, and what the courts will have to say. Because again, this isn't up to the governor, it's not up to the legislature, it's not up to the mayor, it's not up to the emergency manager. It's up to the bankruptcy court to decide what happens to the assets. And right now, the hope is that artwork could be saved.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces going on with this. Okay, Rick, thank you.